Hello and welcome to the gameplay video for my UI project. My UI focus was spatial elements and HUD elements, although I also did some work on inventory and shop. But starting with my main UI focus, we have the health bars here, which have been masked using SDFs. If I can get one of these guys to attack me. I have different segments for different types of health bars. And so the mana bar has one every 10th, while the health bar is split into 3/5 and then one big 2/5 block. This is to match a lot of my references, which segmented their health bars different ways to make it clear to the player not only which one is which, but also how much of each one that they had. As you can see, I've also implemented a stamina and run system. This wasn't a necessity, however, I wanted to show some way to implement the stamina and show that it is indeed working. Now, as for other HUD elements, we also have the abilities. As you can see, I have created ability tooltips for each of them, and also created multiple different button types. So, as you can see there, when I press it, and when it is disabled, there is 4 different types of button icon. Now the main use of this ability cylinder is that when a button is pressed, that button is put to the top of the ability cylinder, so the player always knows exactly which one they just pressed. Just spin that round a little bit more. There we go. Now, speaking about combat, let's talk about range. By pressing B, you're able to enter a focused mode, which slows the game down but shows the range of both you and all the enemies around you. And a little spoiler for the inventory here, but if I select a long range weapon, like the revolver, as you can see, my range is now a lot further. This will also change for whatever weapons that enemies may be holding as well, due to their equipment component. Alright. Now, as I've shown previously, let's open the inventory panel. Collect a whole host of weapons. Both my inventory and my shop panel work on a selection system, where items can be hovered, but when pressed, they are selected and the details will not change, and selective items are the ones which can be used. My filter buttons also work. It's probably better if I pick up a bit more variety of items here. If I click off of the icon, click anywhere other than one of the icons, it is deselected, meaning I cannot use anything. Now if we move to the shop here, and open my inventory as well, we can see all of the inventory in the sell panel and all of the wares in the shop panel. So let me just buy a hat to fill the one we used. And as you can also see, as I get close to the NPCs, I have created my own spatial dialogue, which goes through random prompts, although we are getting terrible luck. There we go. It goes through different prompts and produces different results, which just adds a bit more life to the world itself. I also, returning to the HUD elements, have my map. The map has been designed specifically with the cowboy and Wild West theme in mind, which regularly uses paper-like colors, like the pale white, pale yellow you see there, with darker browns used as landmarks and buildings. Alright, well, trying to think if there is anything else, although I'm pretty sure that is it. Although, just to show, the shop does have the same selection capabilities, and the shop, oof, we can stand still. The shop also makes use of a slider to pick how much of something you want to buy or sell. And this slider is updated with every purchase. There is also an abundance of sound effects and animations, as you can see, which add more life into the UI and the project and add some of that player verification. They know what they are doing. Oh, almost forgot. Let's talk about the spatial health bars I've implemented. Instead of a standard health bar, I have added a EXP bar, which, as the player gains more EXP, it will stay visible, and then after a timer runs out, it will disappear. This also, another type of spatial health bar is the casting bar. There are 4 casting bars, each for one of the abilities, and it just adds a little more depth and allows the player to plan ahead more with their attacks in the RPG. Well, that is everything I have to show for this project. Thank you very much.